Okay, so today I want to look at um, something that I was thinking about earlier, and I was kind of wondering whether or not there is a finite number of human spirits on Earth, or if it's an infinite amount, right? If there ends up being 10 quadrillion people, does that mean there's 10 quadrillion human spirits? Or is there a finite number of these that can inhabit more than one body at a time? For a great spirit that exists outside of time, this would not be that big of a deal. And even if they couldn't necessarily inhabit one body at a time because of focus or whatever. There is a video game called The Lost Vikings. When you in this game you control three Vikings and each one kind of has their own power and you have to use them together, but they're all there at the same time. You're controlling all of them. Anyway, inhabiting more than one body at a time for a great spirit that exists outside of time would not be a problem. Now, what I'm looking at here is just, are there a finite number of human spirits? So the Page of Wands, okay, and the Chariot. So, the Chariot. I mean, actually, I have no fucking idea how to read either of these at the moment. So, what we're going to do is put one before and after the Chariot just to see what else is happening here to see if we can understand more. Okay, well, now a number is emerging. So, 676. Now, the 7, I'm looking at this and I'm immediately thinking that there probably are a finite number, right? 676. Well, anyway, so we've got the Chariot in between two sixes. And we have in the Six of Pentacles, there's like this dynamic of giving and not getting anything back. And then there's the Chariot. This is the focus and the direction, and that moves toward the Six. The Six of Cups is about remembering the past. Wow. So this almost looks like a loop, you know? It's like 676, 676, 676. You get past this, you move forward, but then you end up in like some sort of memory of the past, which I'm guessing would lead back here. Woo! And that goes around in a circle. Okay. Um, Over the top of the Page of Wands. So I guess we should look at this. I mean, I'm guess this is just showing an individual spirit, right? The Page of Wands, this is the creative little kid. Um, as we look closer at the image, I mean, what's actually kind of coming out to me is the wooden nature, because it's got a little leaf there. Like here's this little sprig of wood. And then if you look down here, it's the shadow or the reflection of the wood on the ice. So I guess that would show at least a dual um, spirit, right? So this would at least represent two. So I would take that as like the great spirit can inhabit more than one, at least fucking two. Um, Probably by default, not even choosing two. Like if you choose one, well, there's the reflection, so there's two anyway. Um, Interesting. Okay, so where the hell would I possibly go from here? Now, let's just see. Um, I guess I don't want to ask the same question again. I guess this would say that there would be a finite number the way that I'm reading it. But I kind of have to ask that sort of again. Like finite or infinite? Like infinite. Let's just look specifically at that. are there an infinite number of human spirits? And we get a Queen of Cups, shining the light toward what? The Page of Swords. So this is a mother and a child. And so what I would actually get out of this is finite but growing, if that makes sense. Because here we have a mother and a child. Their lights are casting toward each other. But I would kind of take this as a symbol of procreation. Like the spirits, there are a finite number of them, but I think maybe that they can reproduce somehow, um, have children. Huh. It's interesting that we have the light on each one. I'm kind of just looking at the crowns here too. Um, hmm. I don't really know what to make of that. I mean, other than the fact that they're like royal, they're honored, you know, they're special um, amongst each other. Fascinating. Okay, so I guess right now I'm just going to pull. Whoa, we got some cards coming out. What I was going to say is a good way to connect with whatever our higher spirit is, right? Whether it's one or fucking many or whatever the deal is. Now, these are the cards that fell out. And we have the Hierophant, and this is traditional methods, which I look at this and I think this is probably the worst possible way to connect with spirit. Behind it, we have an Ace of Cups, and back here is the Nine of Swords, which shows fear, right? All right. So those, we'll note those, but I'm still going to ask the same question and shuffle the cards without them falling out of my hands. So what can we do to connect with the player of this game, right? Or maybe to connect with other incarnations of ourselves that are here, you know? What is the best way to contact our higher spirit? And we get another court card, the Queen of Wands. I'm going to pull one more here. And the fucking Knight of Wands. Lots of court cards. There's so much family stuff here, right? So right away I'm going to say that that's probably part of the deal. There's probably family dynamics, like understanding family dynamics are one of the ways that you can connect with your higher spirit, right? But the Queen of Wands by itself is basically about showing who you are. You know, the Queen of Wands is very unique, but this would really help when it comes to getting in contact with other incarnations of ourselves. Because if a person really shows who they are, then another one of us would recognize it. You know what I mean? And if the person is very like hidden, then no one would even fucking know what they're like. Um, and the Knight of Wands, this is like impulsive journeys, but it's really following your impulse. Um, probably some traveling too in the Knight of Wands. I mean, at least if there is like an urge to do something like that, to take it. Take the urge to travel or follow the impulse, right? And also don't hide who you are because that's how the other yous would recognize you. Or even the other people that you're connected to in that spirit family kind of way. That's how they would fucking see you. Otherwise, they wouldn't know. Anyway, that's what we get here. Hopefully, this made some sense. And if you have any other ideas on this, feel free to let me know. And peace.